need slime. Scoop, 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 scoop. HD looks great. Love the green lights. Love the update. Love AFKing blood runes on the other account with HD. However, there have been times when loading into new areas, I would lose frames. So for now on, I'll probably just be playing in standard until HD gets an update or we get pushed over to the Steam clients. I'm still doing the Slayer grind as planned, pushing for 87 so I can get the Trident, start some barrows. It's a long road till then though. Be safe spotting every task that I can. Of course I wasn't recording, but holy crap. On the main account, my first skill and pet. Oh shit. Oh man, look at it. Which altar has the best color? I like red, so blood or fire probably. While I do the Ghost Ahoy quest, I'd like to acknowledge someone's doubts about the account. I heard someone say that it must be nice being able to eat while not recording. I understand the skepticism about off-screen play, but I've recorded just about every task I've had so far and everything that I've done where I would be caught in any sort of danger or a need to eat food. It's also just a challenge that I set for myself and not really for anyone else. The reason I record it is just to share my progress with my clan and other people who might be interested in a new way of playing RuneScape. Now let's get right into it. So we're doing the Ghost Hoy quest for the ectophile, so we can teleport over to port, however you pronounce it. It has a bank right there. It's going to be extremely useful for this account. It's also a one-click teleport getaway whenever in any sort of danger. Plus we get the full sheets. Get to be in the sheets, because you know RuneScape was made by white men. It is just a joke. Please, no. Please don't take me seriously. If you do, we're not going to have a good time. And what are we here for? We're here for a good time. Anyways, that's the quest done. Be moving on to Slayer next. Now we are at the Slayer Tower for our next task. Gotta safe spot some of these hands, wouldn't be too hard. We got some larger hands that are a 2x2 tile. Those ones will be easy to trap behind the chairs or on the door frames. It'll just be another task to sit here and AFK to. At least until I get my protection prayers. Once I have my protection prayers, I can start training my melee stats and prayer flicking my tasks. They'll go by much quicker and I'll be able to do every single task. We're now over at the Ice Warriors and trying to safe spot these guys, but because they're just a one tile unit, they tend to cut across and hit my character quite often. But I did find that the plus shape rocks up here were the meta for safe spotting the Ice Warriors. But then we had to dip out and go get some fire strikes because the bone bolts just weren't doing enough. And we need to get our magic level up anyways, so this works out in the end. We can also train our defense levels. Fire beats ice, we all know that. I hope we've all played Pokemon. Next, we're just going to go on to some animal abuse and get that last Slayer level we needed and get our Mithril Axe. If you don't know, this Pyro Lord has a chance of dropping the Mithril Axe, which we need for the Animal Magnetism quest. Once we have the Mithril Axe and we do the quest, we'll be able to have a backpack and not worry about picking up our bone bolts all the time. I am still poor and not able to afford these. Every time I go to pick up some, I can only afford like 1,000 bone bolts at a time. I'm just happy to get it out of the way. Finally, all the way to this kill. Didn't take too long. We got our Mithril Axe. That's a nice checkpoint to hit. Now on to do Animal Magnetism. Just kidding, we are at Hill Giants. we're going to get a few prayer levels first because we need a unholy symbol. And to get an unholy symbol, or sorry, not an unholy symbol, a holy symbol, we need 31 prayer to get into the top of the monastery by Edgeville and get it blessed by the person there. So we are getting Big Bones Eye Hill Giants. Now, instead of narrating the things that I'll be doing, which is just going to be a bunch of safe spotting and a few of the really early on quests, I want to talk about where the account is going. So down the Slayer Road, we're looking at getting the Defenders, getting Monkey Madness quest done if we can get it done by just using Protection Prayers. If not, we'll be looking at using a D-Long Sword until we get a whip. And by that time, we'll have Full Rune, Mystic, and Black D-Hide. We'll be running around with a whip, a trident, and doing barrows with just prayer pots and phoenix necklaces. Now, we will be camping barrows until I have full Guthans, or until I get the Carol's crossbow and top. Then I might try to do a fight caves and get the fire cape. It would be easier with full Guthans, but if Carol's comes first, then having a fire cape while doing barrows would be pretty nice. After we do barrows, we're looking to get base 90s and head to Nightmare. So what else is there to do? Just need full Guthans, really, right? That's all you need for Nightmare. Although Nightmare is the end of the challenge, probably won't be the end of the series unless I die. I'd like to try to get the SGS from Sarah, and doing that I believe is possible without food, getting kill count with protection prayers, and then having my main set up the room, get it like 1 KC, kill all the minions. So when the hardcore goes in, there's nothing in the room, and it can get into a specific tile and try to prayer flick the ranger and the major as I run around and attack Sarah. Just have to be pretty much perfect with the pray flicks and can't let Saradomin catch up to me or the unicorn and take any damage, like at all. But I take Guthans just in case. I inevitably do take damage as long as I don't drop below 50. Should try to heal back up using it on the minions. Congratulations, Pluck, on the 99 prayer. I remember when I had my party here. There are constantly gains happening in the CC. Always happy to see. We get lots of drops, we get lots of levels. Feel free to join. Repeats the party. World 445. Now, a lot of people ask, what do I do when I take a ton of damage and I can't eat food? Well, this is what I do. This right here. What I am doing now. This. Yes, in fact, it is this right here that I am doing right now to get my health. It's called waiting. Now everybody knows the safe spot for Tree Gnome Village quest, but not me. I've done all my quests only once. I hate quests, and the minute I finish, they are repressed memories. Doing the quest again a second time though, and without food, I'm starting to learn all the safe spots. But the quests with safe spots are not the quest to worry about. What I'm worried about is if I can finish all the quests, and it kind of leads me to think about Dragon Slayer 2 and Song of the Elves. Now, I've been doing a lot of theory crafting with clanmates and on my own time by myself, thinking of how I can get through those bosses without eating food. And it's hard to think about because even the Sons of the Father quest, the boss is only damaged by a certain item. So I can't use Guthans to heal up or an SGS spec. I'm not too sure if blood spells would work on him. And the issue with Song of the Elves is the final boss can hit max health, which we've talked about, and we've been trying to come up with theories on and different strats on how to get past these bosses and finish the quests. But if I'm unable to beat the boss without food, then I'll just be unable to finish the quest. Speaking of quest, here's the waterfall quest. There's two dangerous parts of this quest. First is the moss giants, and second is the fire giants. You'll never guess what happened to me when I went into the moss giants room. Here we go. Well, that was uncomfortable. Well, there's just one thing left to do. Gotta get through the fire giant's room. Oh man. Oh no. And that was pretty easy and anticlimactic. Fine, let's go ahead and finish the quest off here and see what we get. Alright, this is some nice XP. 31 strength and 40 attack. It's gonna be great. We just need one more thing before we start training our melee stats. But before we do that, let's go ahead and upgrade our tractor to the accumulator. This is gonna save us a ton of bone bolts because the next grind took me 3 days. It was just a constant running back and forth through Soul Wars, all the way to the Soul Island dungeon, through the greater demons, past the fire giants, and into the blue dragon pit. The safe spot here is extremely nice as the baby dragons can't reach it and it's out of their aggro range, and you're completely safe in it. After a few kills, the blue dragons stop being aggressive towards you, and it becomes quite AFKable. I had to kill 123 of these blue dragons to get enough bones for the protection prayers, and each dragon took a few hundred bone bolts. Upgrading to the accumulator was extremely beneficial for this little grind here, as I started with almost 1500 bone bolts. I ended up with a few hundred near the end. Now for the best prayer XP in the game. All you have to do is multiply your play speed by 1000 and cut every time you have to go bank for more supplies. And you can get infinite amount of XP in a few seconds. As you see, I went from 31 to 43 in just about 5 to 10 seconds here. And here, I even slowed it down for you guys so you could see me get the final level. Now that we have the protection prayers, we have the options to train our melee stats, do certain quests that were previously impossible, and explore areas that were locked to us. Now I'm a decent PVMer, but I'm definitely going to have to start working on my one tick flicking. This is going to be very important, especially when I have to go get my fire cape, when I'm out just doing basic slayer grinds. If I start running on prayer pots, it's going to be new to me, but I'm up for the challenge and I'm ready to get good at it.